Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Joyce here at Joy of My Life. I do fashion, beauty, tech, vlogs, and all that beautiful stuff. So, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button down below. Today, as you guys can see from the title, I am going to be showing you guys what is on my MacBook Pro. Now, I have never done a MacBook video before, but I've done plenty of iPhone videos. So if you guys are into the whole Apple tech type of videos, you could definitely go check out my iPhone videos that I've already done, but today we're focusing on my MacBook. I have had this MacBook now for 2 years, but I have definitely been Apple affiliated, Apple aligned for a very long time. I had another MacBook Pro before this that was from 2011, and that lasted me 8 years, guys. 8 years. Insane, I know. Apple computers are definitely meant to last, so I'm in love with them. I bought this newer one in 2019, like I said, so I'm gonna get into all the specs and everything and what's on my computer and all of that right into this video. Let's go. Alright guys, let's get into my computer first. So this is the MacBook Pro 2019 13-inch. So it was released in 2019. I got it in mid-2019 and I love it. It has 4 Thunderbolts. I definitely chose the Pro because I had a Pro before, but also because I knew how much stuff I will be doing on my computer. Like, the processing power on a Pro is so much better than an Air, so if you definitely are gonna be coding, video editing, just like lots of different apps that you're going to be using that are more heavy on your computer, you definitely probably should invest in a Pro. So that's what I did and I love it. It's been doing really well for me. This does have the touch bar on it as well. I don't really use the touch bar all the time. I use it for like auto completion, sometimes even controlling my music. I sometimes do it. I definitely use it for like the volume and muting and all of that, so I definitely use it for those things, but not all the time, if that makes sense. Like I said, I've been using this now since 2019, since I got it, so it's almost 3 years now, which is crazy. But I feel like I've definitely taken better care of this computer than my last one. I definitely had so much more on my last one, but it still lasted me a really long time, so hey. Yeah, let's go into more of my accessories. First off, we have to show off the case. You guys saw this in my February favorites video, so if you guys saw the video, you guys are not new to this, but I love it, and I'll link the Etsy link again down below. It does have space for like the Thunderbolts and everything, and it has a bottom cover, so love that. The other parts of my Mac I wanted to show you guys was, first off, my MacBook case. Now this is more my traveling case. I definitely don't put my computer all the time in here. It's usually when I am bringing it somewhere that I put it in here. It definitely really has a nice comfortable sleeve. I bought this off of Amazon, and I believe this was in my Amazon favorites too. That's a while ago though, so I will definitely link this again. In here there's actually a big pocket, so in here I actually keep a lot of stuff. So definitely my charger is in here, as you can see, and then I have 2 hard drives. Now this one right here is actually a newer one that I bought. It's the exact same hard drive that I had before, so this is my old one that I still use. This is the one that I use for basically keeping all of my footage, my completed YouTube videos, even like social media, like my reels, my TikTok, like everything is on this. This is a 2 terabyte hard drive. It's a Seagate hard drive. I got it off of Amazon, and then I bought the exact same one for another purpose. So recently I have been editing my YouTube videos off of a hard drive instead of basically leaving all of my, I guess, iMovie library on my Mac. So I'll get into that more when we, dive into the computer, but that is what this hard drive is for. And then I have some earphones in here, and then I also have my adapters from Apple. So I don't have like those hubs that people talk about, because when I first bought a hub, mine didn't work. Like, it stopped working after like a few times. So because that hub stopped working, I was just like, I'm not gonna trust any more Amazon ones. I'm just gonna buy the real Apple ones. So I have one for my USB and then one for my SD card. So we're gonna now get into my actual screen. So we're gonna start off with my desktop. Now, as you guys can see, this is my desktop. Basically, it's a very simple desktop. I don't like too much of the clutteredness. I used to keep a lot of folders on my desktop, but now I really just work out of my documents, downloads folders. I don't really need too many on the actual screen. So I made this simple desktop wallpaper off of Canva. I love Canva. I'm addicted to Canva. It's basically a calendar that I have. So I just keep 2 months at a time. So once April is coming to a close, I'll go back to Canva and edit this. It's a really quick edit for me, honestly. I just change the dates around and the background stays the same, and I have that make today count. It's just like a cute little thing I keep in my head. I did originally have another wallpaper. If you guys watch my what's on my iPhone video, you guys would be aware of what wallpaper that I'm talking about. I basically did a black girl aesthetic wallpaper from my iPhone, and I decided not to use it on my iPhone, and I also decided not to use it on my MacBook because honestly I think I just don't like that collagey, like more cluttered look when I look at something every day. Anywho, let me show you guys how that looks. Let me just go quickly to system preferences so you guys can see it really fast. But it looks really nice. I do have it a little desaturated. So if you guys are interested in this wallpaper, it is on my Pinterest. So definitely go check out my Pinterest, y'all. So for my screensaver, I have the most basic screensaver that I feel like everyone has on their Mac. It's the Flicklow screensaver, basically this really cute aesthetic clock on the screensaver. I downloaded this, I think is it off the App Store or online, I forgot honestly, but if I could find it, I'll link it down below if you guys have never seen it before. But yeah, that's how I get this screensaver. It's real cute, real simple. So now I'm gonna show you guys my dock. I don't like to keep too many apps in my dock. I know this still looks like a lot, but I used to have so many apps in my dock in my old computer, so I kind of like how I've simplified it and there's not as many. This is probably the ones I use the most that I have in my dock, and it's just easier to just access it from here. So we're gonna go through them. So I have the Finder, I have the Launchpad, which goes to all the rest of my apps. I then have Google Chrome, which is my browser of choice. My calendar. So I really love my calendar because I did touch on this in my Trello video, but I love that I basically subscribe to all of my different Trello boards and all my other email calendars, so all my Google Cal, everything links to my iCal, and I really love that. So that's why I have my calendar here. This is the calendar that I basically live by in comparison to like going on Google Calendar and all of that. I have Notes. I use Notes a lot. I definitely have other note-taking apps, but Notes definitely is used here because I could use it across all my Apple devices, and it's really easy just to access, quickly jot something down, and I could edit it on my iPhone if I'm leaving or on my iPad, so I definitely love Notes. Messages, obviously for messages, so if I'm texting on my phone, then I could just keep texting on my computer or my iPad. Love iCloud. We love that. FaceTime, for obvious reasons, I do sometimes pick up on my computer. iMovie, obviously. So I have not made the switch to Final Cut Pro. I don't know if that will happen, but right now I am loving iMovie. So with iMovie, I recently started editing off of my hard drive. I found this to be so much easier to save space on my computer. I was kind of running out of space, and 40 gigabytes was coming from iMovie. So I was like, yikes, let's move that over to a hard drive. So with that, I definitely created a lot of space on my computer now since I've taken my iMovie library off of my actual computer's drive. So now that I leave it on my hard drive, I just basically plug it in anytime I want to edit, and I can edit off of that library, which I really love. I probably will eventually update. I did in the past try Premiere Pro on my old computer. It was a very hard learning curve. I definitely can see the benefit of using Premiere, and I've definitely seen the benefit of using Final Cut, but we'll see if we change. Right now I'm loving iMovie. I've learned so many tricks with iMovie. You can honestly believe. You cannot believe how many tricks I've learned with iMovie, watching it off of YouTube and everything. So you guys want to see like iMovie tricks, I could definitely do a video on that because I have learned so many things off of like watching people do stuff. But yeah, that's how I've edited my videos forever. Honestly, like I said, I think I've used Premiere Pro like once or twice. There's a few videos I did on Premiere Pro, but majority of my videos were on iMovie, so yeah. So I have system preferences, so settings that I might need to change here or there on my computer, so that's why I have that. And then Trello. I recently downloaded the Mac app. I used to use it only on browser or my apps on my phone, so I don't know why I didn't get the app on my Mac. I've had the app on my phone forever. I've had the app on my iPad forever. I don't know why I didn't think to look if they had a Mac app. But recently I downloaded it. Love it. It's obviously very similar to the iPhone app. And I don't know if you guys watch my how I plan my content video. That's literally what I use Trello for. I use it to plan literally everything. So as you guys can see, just from this board alone, I have my Instagram and TikTok stuff that I do, mostly Instagram though. I just put TikTok there because once in a while I do TikTok videos, but I have this system where I might have content that I never posted, that I did take pictures for, to shoot, to edit, planning captions, to post, and then to upload. So as you can see, I have stuff to edit, lots of stuff to edit, but I basically, you know, categorize it if I want to repurpose it. So those red and yellow are for like reel, TikTok, or idea pin on Pinterest. So I sometimes repurpose different things. So that's what I have that there for, just to like potentially put that in my mind. These might not all end up being that, but those are what the labels are for. I love color coding things so I could see it in more of a visual way. But yeah, I have so many boards. I have one for YouTube. I have one for brand collab. So if you guys really want to see all of that, I did a video on my Trello. I'll link it up in the cards here. So I'm not gonna really go into that, but I love the app on my Mac. So next on my dock is Visual Studio Code. I have gone through so many IDEs like throughout my entire experience of coding. I definitely used to use Sublime when I was in college. I still use Sublime occasionally, but Visual Studio Code has been beautiful. I used it at work a lot. I also used IntelliJ back in at work at one point, also in some of my internships, and I loved IntelliJ too, but I think Visual Studio Code, it just is great with like the extensions that you could add to it. But yeah, that's what I have there for coding. And then Spotify is next. Spotify, I love it. I use it all the time, so I have to have it on my dock because I always have something playing in the background. Well, not always, but I definitely love listening to my Spotify. And I normally don't have QuickTime open, but I am screen recording right now. That's how you're watching this screen, so that is why that is open. And the next thing is my downloads folder. So like I said, I really don't have anything on my desktop because literally I work out of my downloads and my documents folder. I go in my Finder and honestly just use those two folders the most. I have them very organized. I have the folders very organized within like documents and downloads. I have so many subfolders, like I'm very organized about my stuff, so that is why I like to work out of them, and I just really just go into Finder most of the time. Documents folder is pretty organized like I said, and then downloads is pretty organized. I do have a few in here, like one of the screen recordings I just did for this video, and then those wallpapers that you guys just saw. So that is why those are there. Yeah, that's basically what is on my dock. And now we're gonna go into the rest of my apps that I use. So here we are on my Launchpad, and majority of these apps I feel like are just Apple apps. I really don't use them on a daily basis. That's why they're not on my dock. Most of these are self-explanatory, so that's why I'm not really gonna go into each of one of them. I definitely use reminders on my Mac as well, but I definitely use it more on my phone, so that's why it's not in my dock. I use the Apple, I guess, Microsoft Office things. I use a lot of Google Docs, honestly. I use a lot of Sheets and Drive and all that, so I don't really use Microsoft Office either that much. I use it at work more than anything, not on my own personal computer. So once in a while I'll use Pages or Keynote. I do use Keynote for some of my coding like transitions on my YouTube iMovie hack. But yeah, let's get into more of the apps that I downloaded. So in the corner here you guys can see is Microsoft To Do. Now I really like Microsoft To Do because I found this app a while ago, and this is just a to-do app, a simple to-do app, but I have the app on my phone as well, so it's easy to sync. I just use this to like list a lot of things that I could just check off. So for example, I do this or that on my Instagram story, so if you guys are not following me there, go definitely follow me there so you guys can do this or that on Thursdays. So if someone doesn't suggest a topic, I have this running list of topics just in case. So that's why I have a list for those, and I just check them off as I've done them. So the second page of apps is really all the apps that I have downloaded. So first off, we have Kindle. I used to use this a lot more when I first got my Mac because I had some documents I was using through Kindle or like books people had gifted me. So yeah, ebooks, that's what I'm saying, ebooks, not books, but ebooks, so I use Kindle for that. Zoom, I mean, we're in a Zoom world at this point, so we have to have Zoom. Discord. Now, the reason I don't have Discord on my dock on this computer is because I don't really open it up mostly on this computer. So if you guys don't know, I do stream on Twitch once in a while, like once a week, and I have a Discord for my own community, and I use Discord mostly on my PC. So the PC that I stream on, the PC that I play Sims on, that's where I use Discord the most, and that's like always running on that PC. So I only have it on my computer just in case like I want to open up while I'm, you know, doing stuff on the computers. That's the reason I have it here. I'm in plenty of other servers too. Like I don't have, it's not just my own. Like I'm in plenty of other streamers and other like communities for like tech and everything. So I do have these HP apps for my printer. I have Norton. I used to have this and was using this a lot more, but I haven't really used it recently, so that's why I just haven't deleted it yet. But yeah, it's right there. The I don't remember the name of this app, but basically it's for widgets on your Mac. So if you guys are familiar with Widgetsmith, you can, you know, customize and create your own widgets to use on your iPhone. So this is very similar to that, but it's for your Mac. So I definitely downloaded this when I got my new iPhone, and I was gonna, like, when I did the widgets for my iPhone, I was gonna do the widgets for my Mac, and I did originally, but I haven't really used it since. The other app that I have is a PDF merger splitter. So sometimes I have PDFs that I only want one page for, or I want to send to someone I only want one page for, so I do use this app to do that, or I like to merge sometimes too. So yeah, that is what that is for. WebEx is very similar to Zoom. Slack, I don't have on my dock because I don't really use Slack as much as I used to. I am in like 1 or 2 communities on Slack, so sometimes I do open it up, but I definitely use it more on my phone. Be focused. I love this app. So back in college, I was very much a fan of the Pomodoro method. So if you guys are not aware what the Pomodoro method is, it basically allows you to have like different breaks. So you could like basically schedule, okay, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you have like a break for like 20 minutes. So it basically gives you like bite-sized pieces of time where you're supposed to work, and then it gives yourself, you reward yourself with a break. So that is what the Pomodoro method is. So when you click on this app, it comes up with a timer here, and you can enter the task name, you could change the length of the timer, and it could just, you know, record for you all of your tasks that you've done that day and completed. So I really love this when I want to just stay and zone in and be focused. So the next and I guess final app, because I already talked about Visual Studio and Trello, but the final app that I'm going to talk about is GoodNotes. So I think a lot of people are very much aware of GoodNotes, but if you aren't, it's an app that you can either create notes, type notes, or annotate notes. A lot of people use it for annotation, like if they have templates for like planners, or I use it to annotate my PDFs and stuff like that. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Mac overhaul going into what's on my MacBook Pro. Let me know if you guys have used any of these apps that I've mentioned. I would love to know if there's any apps that I definitely should download. I am always open to downloading more Mac apps. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, y'all. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.